Hello everyone, welcome back to the Leeds Lewis channel and episode 16 now I think it is of the Leeds United career mode. First off, we've got some transfer offers to deal with. Rodrigo, Nonto and Robert Koch all are wanted by other clubs. I thought about letting Robert Koch go, but then in the end decided against it, and we are going to make our first signing here. I mean, a couple of you guys in the comments, or one of you guys said Rob Holding was someone that we should look at signing. So, first of all, I only want to sign two players in this transfer window. I want a striker and I want a centre back. So, we're going to first of all deal with the centre back problem, and then we'll look at maybe signing Okafor, Gyökeres, or Broja in the striker role, but first we are going to need to look at shortlisting them. So as I've not got Holding shortlisted, we are going to now go ahead and shortlist Rob Holding at Arsenal. Of course, he has played a little bit in real life this season. I don't know how much he's playing for Arsenal in the game, and then I also shortlisted this guy in Yasio because I saw that he was quite good. So you might look at him in the summer, but first of all, we're just gonna look at if we could loan these guys. Obviously, he couldn't, and then I thought we'll go and sign Rob Holding. So first signing of the career mode. Hopefully, we can get it done quickly. Mikel Arteta for Arsenal, a tough negotiator, but let's hope we can get him for a cheaper price. 45 million in the bank, but we're just going to start off with an initial offer of probably what I think he's worth, about 10 million probably. That would be quite a good and reasonable offer, I thought, for him, but they wanted more. They wanted 11 million, which wasn't too bad, so I just lowered it by 100 grand to 11 million, and we can straight away get into talks with Rob Holding for him to join the club on that 11 million deal, 3-year contract in the end. He is 27, so 3 years will take him until he's 30 if he was to see out the remainder of his contract. And then it was just like about crossing the T's and dotting the I's as we gave him a little bit more a week as we didn't want to give him that bonus. And Rob Holding is now a Leeds United player, as we'll see in a minute. We see as you can see now, that little graphic of him joining the club, me and my coaching staff, if you like, joining the club, doing his medical. McKennie and Adams coming to check out what's going on. Of course they would. Those two Americans are quite good friends. Number 17, and he will be a starting left back, centre back probably. He's 11 million, so he's costed us a fair bit for a team like Leeds. He's 78 rated, so higher rating than Strauch, and they gave me a D for price rating, so they clearly thought I could get him for a lot less than 11 million. However, Arteta was having none of it at 10 million, so I don't know how they thought I could get him for less than that. But that is the one signing we're going to make at the start of this episode, as we now head into the first match of the episode, which will be against Arsenal. So just put him in the starting lineup for every match, so I don't need to go in and edit it all every match to put him in the starting lineup. We're going to be playing in our away kit, which we rarely see in this career mode, it feels like, for the first match. I rotate teams slightly, however, and a lot of first team players will play because, of course, Arsenal are an extremely good team in this career mode, and of course in real life. For sure is going to get some game time. Perkins as well. I thought about putting him in, but I thought he'll start the second game of the episode against Lincoln City. So we're going to actually try Brendan on the right in a new role. So we'll see how that works because he's been on pretty poor form. And Arsenal at the Emirates, we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a difficult game, as it always is against Arsenal, particularly on the road because they are a good team. But a spot for to get into the last 16 of the FA Cup on the line. We need to produce another shock like we did against Liverpool to have a chance. However, it is doable because Arsenal are not absolutely formidable in this career mode. Rodrigo there will need a big performance from him. But the Arsenal 11 are extremely good players. It's going to be difficult to break down. We'll see how we do in this game, and I'll see you guys a bit later on the episode. Christensen into Forshaw, flicks it over the top, a slow looping ball into Brendan Aronson, who plays it back into Rodrigo, into Forshaw, back into Sam Greenwood, who scores again. I don't know who it was. It was that link up between Forshaw, Rodrigo, and of course, Greenwood, the goal scorer, which made it. I mean, Forshaw into Rodrigo, who plays it through to Greenwood, and it's a lovely finish. Ramsdale should be doing better, but Sam Greenwood on absolutely brilliant form, and maybe we are a bit of a cup team here. Sam Greenwood gets the start, and he is taking advantage of it, and he is making a claim to be put into the first team. I mean, that cam roll is not nailed down by any player. Brendan Aronson has sort of vacated it. He had a good start to the season, but has been poor recently. And Sam Greenwood is making his claim to try and get put in the team full time. Oh, and Willie Nonto's picked up on a poor pass from Arsenal, and they've set us away. And this could be 2-0 from a mistake from the Arsenal defenders. John Ramsdale gets a hand to it, but we lead 2-0 within 20 minutes against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. An absolute howler for them. Their fans are booing already, but it's an absolute howler of a mistake. We bouncing it. The ball's played through from Rodrigo. Nonto picks it up from Tomiyasu, who makes the mistake, and Rodrigo is not going to miss from there. Ramsdale again gets a hand to it, but can't do enough to push it wide. And we've just taken Rob Holding from Arsenal, and they are clearly missing him. Kiwior does not get across fast enough, and it's a poor save from Ramsdale. But out of nothing, we lead 2-0. Now Firpo is having to track back on Tomiyasu. The man who made the mistake threads the ball through to Jesus, but Robin Koch, who's looking likely to be replaced by Rob Holding, makes a lovely tackle right at the end, and he's called upon again, and he does make the tackle again, but they've given a penalty. What if I'm not wrong here and that's a penalty? I have not got a clue what that is for. We'll see it again now. He literally gets the ball. What? Right, we're looking at this again on instant replay, because what has happened there? He literally gets the ball. Right, we'll see it again now. We'll slow it down. We'll slow it down. Cock comes in and he makes the tackle. What? What? He literally gets the ball. Right. We'll look at it from this angle. Odegaard on the ball, cuts in, and Cock wins the ball. We'll look at it from this angle. Right, so I do not know. If any of you guys in the comments think that's a penalty, let me know. But that is definitely not a penalty in my eyes. And Arsenal have been given an opportunity to get back into this game with Bukayo Saka for Arsenal. Ilan Meslier in the goal. He tries to put off the Arsenal attacker, and he does so. And Ilan Meslier saves the penalty. It never was a penalty. But Ilan Meslier saves it, and the away end erupts. It's just not Arsenal's day. It's a poor penalty from Saka. Meslier gets a hand to it and tips it wide. What a save, Ilan Meslier. That is massive for the outcome of this match. They nearly got brought back into it. However, we have to be careful from the corner now that we don't concede. It has gone into the side netting. But what a moment in this match that could turn out to be. Well done, Ilan. Oh, and that's a bad tackle there. And Arsenal can come forward right on the stroke of half time and don't really concede now. Bukayo Saka plays it out to Tomiyasu, the guy that made the mistake on the second goal. Plays it back into Saka. It's quick passing from Arsenal. And Meslier is forced to make a save as the whistle blows. Very close indeed for Arsenal. Probably the closest they've come outside of the penalty. But we do manage to get in at half time. 2-0 up against Arsenal in what would be a massive result in our FA Cup campaign. Brilliant stuff in the first half of Leeds. No changes at half time. Arsenal pushing forward down the wings. A couple of good passes here, and they can be right back into it. So if they get one, then you would back them to get a second. And this is a really good opportunity to get one. And right after half time, they have done so. Leandro Trossard's the man to get them the goal that puts them back into this game. It's poor defending from Leeds United, and we have been punished for it. I mean, it's just Firpo, he's got no options, so he gives it away. One ball through, but I don't know where the defence are. They're playing so high up again. Cock isn't there, and Trossard shoots into an empty net, and they're right back in this right after half time, which was not ideal at all in the second half. Meslier pushing forward, just boot it long in. He has done so, and Forshaw instead plays it in to Adams. He played it into Greenwood, he's played it back to Forshaw. A lovely move this. Forshaw cuts inside. He tries to use the finesse shot, but it falls to Greenwood, who shoots straight at Aaron Ramsdale, and we will now make our first subs of the game. I think we're going to bring on Crescencio Somerville on the right for Brendan Aronson. Rob Holding, do we give him his debut? Yes, we will. We'll give him the 20 minutes at the end of this game to come on and hopefully make an impact. And Sonny Perkins will also come on for Sam Greenwood, who will drop back actually, and will bring on Perkins there and keep Greenwood in the centre mid role. And then Rodrigo, of course, can stay up front as striker. But Arsenal have made their subs. They've got fresh legs on. Rob Holding making his debut for us. Let's hope he can have a good debut in this match as we push forward. And Strauch has been beaten. There's no defence. And Meslier is forced to make a save here. 20 game minutes to go. We need to hope we can hold on. Arsenal have been dominant in the second half. We've barely had a look in. As it's played into the front post and Meslier saves, will again just run down the clock here, lad. Just run down the clock. And Strauch here. He's got to be careful. As I don't know where Rob Holding is. At the back, Meslier is going to close down Saka, and he does really well to get a hand on that. That is brilliant goalkeeping from Milan Meslier. Those are the types of saves that go underrated. As Willian Onto plays for Rodrigo, who surely he can finish it here. He's going to play it back in to Perkins, to Somerville is running at the back post, and we could have finished it there. But Arsenal push forward again. This game is so into end right now. Pascal Strauch tries to hit the tackle and fails it and mistimes it. And Christensen's been beaten by Martinelli. It's a lovely bit of feet from the Brazilian, who plays it forward into the box. Be careful for the run at the back post. Jesus, there's a goal line scramble and they've scored. And it's a goal line scramble. And Meslier came to claim it. It didn't fall for him. It falls for Thomas Partey. And now they have a really good chance of pushing forward from 2-0 down to making it 3-2. It goes for everyone. Meslier tries to claim it off Jesus, but Christensen runs through him and takes the ball off him. And then Partey can shoot into an open net. 2 terrible goals to concede in this game. And yeah, we need to hope we don't lose it now. Well done there to Christensen, who wins it back, plays it out to Somerville, who slips it back onto Christensen. That's a lovely bit of play, boys. Christensen is going to play a low ball into the box, into Rodrigo, the goal scorer, and Ramsdale just tips it over the bar. That must have been so close there for Aaron Ramsdale, who tips it over the bar in what was a brilliant piece of goalkeeping. But we do know of a corner. Rodrigo whips it in, and it's off the bar from Strauch, who tries to win the follow-up, but it falls back out to Rodrigo, who plays it out to Perkins. Perkins plays it through to Somerville, who shoots, and Ramsdale again with the heroic saves from Ramsdale. Somerville has to score that. Greenwood now is the one that stands over the set piece. He whips it in close to the keeper, close to Rodrigo, who scores, and from 2-0 up, back to 2-2. Rodrigo scores late on to send us through to the FA Cup round of 16, the FA Cup 5th round. And at the Emirates Stadium is silenced as Rodrigo scores again. Brilliant stuff. Is that a hat-trick for Rodrigo? I don't remember. He definitely got one of the goals earlier. It's Greenwood who whips it in from the corner after we had a couple of good chances. Arsenal taking their foot off the gas. Zinchenko on the line probably should be heading that out. He gets his head to it, but it's only good enough seconds after we hit the bar to head it into the goal himself. Rodrigo with the goal. Lovely stuff for Leeds United, and it's come down to Zinchenko own goal, which is kind of unfair on Rodrigo, but surely that confirms our spot in the next round. We really are a cup team this year, aren't we? We are knocking the best teams out, left, right and centre, as Strauch, as Verpo, can clear it, and that is the full-time whistle. A 3-2 win against Arsenal, a massive result for Leeds United, and we head through to the next round of the Emirates FA Cup. Another brilliant result against the top 6 side this season. We have had a lot of good results against the top 6 sides, which does make you wonder. We lose to these teams like Southampton and Wolves, and these teams we get battered by in Spurs, but yet we can go and beat Arsenal and Liverpool back to back. We've got Man City coming up in the league next. If we can get a result against them, it will be massive. But before that, we've got another small club here, Lincoln City, in what is probably one of the biggest games of the career mode so far, if not the biggest game, a cup semi-final against Lincoln City, who have had an extremely good season. They've knocked out Man United and Spurs on their way to the final, on their way to the semi-final. Sorry, of course, we drew with them 1-1 in the first leg, which would suggest they are no pushovers, which is why I did not want to take any risks and played a very strong team. Perkins, Bamford, Harrison, Somerville, McKennie, all arguably first teamers. Cooper, of course, first teamer as well. Holding will make his first start for the club, so basically his first debut. Mayer makes the bench, and Vobert, I'm going to try him at left back again, although he did not do well last time he played there. We're going to try him at left back again and hope for a better performance against a lower tier opposition. But let's get into this one, a massive game in this career mode. A massive game then coming up here in the Carabao Cup. The first leg at Ellen Road ended 1-1 with a pretty dominant game for us. However, we did not get the breakthrough we needed for the second goal, which would have killed the game. Lincoln have brought us back to their spot for their biggest game of the season. It'll be Newcastle or Man City in the final for the winner of this one. Lincoln City knocked out Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur on their way here. A real cup run, a real cup team. We've just knocked out Arsenal in the FA Cup. A slightly rotated team, however, this is the biggest moment in our reign, tenure as Leeds United manager. A massive game for Lincoln City as well, looking to try and get to their first ever Carabao Cup final in what would be a massive achievement for them. They're a good team. Hopefully we can get something from this game and progress to our first cup final. The Lincoln fans in full voice, you can hear them chanting loud in this one as they make their first attack of the game, playing forward through Poole. Vobra in his left back row, looking to just set on the nerves here. Lincoln City, an early goal for them would kill the game for us because they could just put everyone behind the goal, and they look to have nearly got one. Joe Robles forced into making an early save there, and what would have been a really good start for Lincoln City. Their fans up for this one as Jack Harrison cuts in. We need a bit of that Jack Harrison magic. He's going to try one from distance, and it's a long shot. And the first time we've really tested Rushworth in the Lincoln City goal. Rocker flicks it up to Somerville. He flicks it into McKennie. McKennie plays it on to Ayling, who's out wide. He's going to try and look for a ball in. No, he's not. He's going to play it out to McKennie. He plays a lovely ball into Perkins, who shoots, and he forces a good save out of Rushworth. That was not an easy save to make, so that was a good save. We are just going to change the set piece taker here to Harrison, can stand over it. An outswinger flicks one in to the tall players in the box like Liam Cooper, and it falls out to Perkins. Out to Rocker, who tries one, and it's just over the bar. Starting to get ourselves into this game on the half-hour mark after that slow start. And we are now really starting to dominate Lincoln City as Ayling's now the one to whip one in for Sonny Perkins, who has been known to score massive goals in this career mode against the likes of Man United before. And now he has quite possibly scored the biggest goal of the career mode as we go 1-0 up in the Carabao Cup semi-final against Lincoln City. After a nervy start, we take the lead right on the stroke of half-time. 2-1 an argument, 1-0 here. Sonny Perkins, it just had to be him. What a player he is. And he is scoring goals for fun right now. Back on the score sheet again. And surely he has to be considered now as a first teamer. What a goal from Sonny Perkins. It's made by the ball from Ayling. And Sonny Perkins is there, and he will not miss from that sort of range. 2-1 up on aggregate right on the stroke of half-time. Oh, and Harrison to the poor touch there, and he's giving the ball away. Cooper wins it back there. Lovely stuff from Liam Cooper, who wins it a second time. Beautiful stuff from Liam Cooper there. That's what you want from your defender. Oh, Rob Holding slid in, and with it, the ref has played advantage, and Boba's now slid in. And has he given it for the advantage or for the foul before? I hope he's played it for the advantage and not the foul in the box. We might have got away with it. We'll see now. Yes, it is a free kick because that could have been a penalty for the foul in the box, but it's still in a dangerous position. It's very close there from whoever took that. I think we will now make some substitutions. Jorginho Ruta is going to come on for Patrick Bamford. Mayer is also... Will I bring Mayer on? Yeah, I'll bring Mayer on for Somerville because he has had little impact despite his pace, has Somerville. And Lincoln City need a goal now more than ever if their cup dream is to stay alive. Well, our cup dream is looking pretty healthy right now because we are 1-0 up, but Lincoln have got something to say about that, but we are just defending so nicely in this game so far. It's been brilliant. Rutter plays it out to Jack Harrison, who's not got much support apart from Sonny Perkins, who we will find, who can now end the tie. Sonny Perkins sends us through with a brace to the Carabao Cup final, and what is a massive result for Leeds United. We will be playing a cup final in our first season. A brilliant result for us here. It looked in doubt at points. We've had tough moments against the likes of Fulham, against the likes of in the first leg. In this leg we've had a tough time of it, but we have managed to find a way through, and now We are one game away from cup glory unless Lincoln can find something absolutely outstanding in these final 10 minutes. Well, as Jorginho Ruta bombs forward, plays it out to Meyer, the academy graduate, takes a lovely first touch, but it just wasn't enough to get past Monsman, who's played it back in to Meyer, who was an open goal, and it's free. Academy graduate Meyer scores, and it was coming. 3 goals in the end is the difference. It didn't look completely assured at times in that first half particularly, but Lincoln have had to push forward and they've left gaps at the back. Rushworth makes a good initial save from Mayer after the number 4 makes a mistake for Lincoln, but it falls from him again rather luckily, and he can put it home. Lovely stuff from Mayer. The academy graduate gets his first senior team goal, and 3-0. That is lovely stuff for Leeds United. Holding. Good first debut from Holding. Holding hasn't had an outstanding debut, however he's been good, and we just have to defend from one last attack, and Holding is the one to make the tackle, and we are through to our first cup final as Leeds United manager, where we will face Newcastle and Man City. I hope it's Newcastle. However, at the start of next episode we will play Man City, which could be foreshadowing for the final. We'll see who we play, but this was all that mattered first. Sonny Perkins with 2 crucial goals, particularly that one in the first half, which separated the team. They sort of fell apart towards the end. However, that is a massive result for Leeds, who head through to their first cup final with me at the helm. So we are through to the cup final then against Man City or Newcastle. Probably Man City is our 3-1 up in aggregate. However, we'll be hoping Newcastle can create a shock. However, Man City in the league next. That could be a foreshadowing of what is to come in the final. But it will be a massive game at Wembley Stadium. One that an opportunity we cannot afford to mess up. The team, it will be ready. I'll make sure of it for what will be a massive game. But first, a few league games to play. Man City next, as I said, what could be a foreshadowing of the final. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.